guys a video that was requested a few times on my Instagram when I asked you guys what videos you wanted to see. So as you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite books that I highly recommend you all to check out and read. Just a little disclaimer, most of these are like spiritual / self-help kind of books. They're not really like stories or like fictional. I could do a completely different video on those kinds of books, but most of them I left back home in Northern California, so these are just the ones that I keep with me and read pretty often, like over and over again, just because I really like the messages they have. Also, before I get into the video, I just want to remind you all to go follow my social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, add me on Snapchat, because that's where I'm always updating on when I'm not uploading on YouTube. And I also have a vlog channel where I post like twice a week on there, so definitely go check that out. But anyways, without further ado, I hope you all enjoy this video and let's get into it. Coffee before I start. Okay, so starting off with the first book, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you have definitely heard me mention this book before. This book is called Did I Ever Wake Up by Maud Sun. So Maud Sun, if you didn't know, is a musician and he's amazing. He also writes poetry and this book is amazing. He preaches positivity. I can honestly say if it wasn't for this book, my life probably wouldn't have changed as much as it did based on like my mental state. It really just motivates you and makes you want to, achieve your dreams and just keep a positive mindset, I absolutely love this. He talks about the law of attraction, which is something I live my life by every single day. It's a very easy read. You could probably honestly read it in like less than an hour if you really tried. So this is the first book I recommend. Okay, so now following that book, I have another book that really references law of attraction and kind of just the way that the universe works, and it's called How Life Works by Andrew Matthews. Now this book again is a very simple read, like honestly the words are huge, and it's like, what I like about it is that it's written for even like a third grader to thoroughly understand it, which is great because I mean the younger you read it, I think the better. It honestly does change your life if you really like listen and like follow what it says. And it like summarizes each section of it. Alright, the next book I have is called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, and it's by Deepak Chopra. Probably pronouncing that so wrong. But he has a lot of great books that I've heard about, and I want to read a ton more of his books because he just like is such a great writer. I don't know, he's just great, and he just seems like such a genuine person. It basically is what it's called. It's the 7 spiritual laws of success. So there's like 7 different sections, and it kind of teaches you how to apply them to your everyday life in like a simple way without making it overwhelming. I feel like if you follow these 7 laws, you will become successful and just happier with yourself and your life. I found this book, it's the hardcover. It was like a used copy at an old bookstore for $5, so had to buy it. This next book I'm about to talk about is by far my favorite book I've probably ever read in my entire life because it broke my heart reading it and then it mended it back together. I just had this like revelation of wow, like this is how my life was and this is how it is now after reading this book. It is called The 4 Agreements and it is by Miguel Ruiz. If you can't see, I have so many annotations. I also purchased the audio book of this. In the beginning, the author kind of makes you realize like the way that we've all kind of been living our life based on society's, rules. And then through the end, it just like leads you into this path of like love for everything and everyone. Just the message of this book is like so unbelievably real and good. I can't get enough of it. So please read this book. I promise you will not regret it. A lot of my friends had read it before and I was like, what, you didn't tell me about it? So I feel like I should tell you all to go read it and you won't regret it, I promise. So as most of you guys know, I am vegan and I've been vegan for over a year now. And this book, this next book is hilarious and I read it all in one night. This title is a little bit, like what? But it's a funny, humorous book that just exposes the industries, you know, the animal product industries in a very, very lighthearted, funny way. But this is what it's called. I had heard great things about it and I read it and it was amazing. It's got, again, credible evidence in it. It's even got like tons of recommendations for vegan foods towards the end of it. But yeah, the main message behind it is veganism and it's great. Okay, this next book is I think my most recent read, and I read it all basically in like a day and a half or something like that. This is if you're interested in Buddhism. I just thought I would share it because I think it's got a ton of awesome information in a small book, and it's just called A Little Bit of Buddha. I got this when I was in Lake Tahoe at a store called Earthbound. I love that store, by the way. Buddhism is something I've always, you know, been interested in, and I've practiced also for quite a while, so I just wanted to kind of get the basics of the philosophy, and that's why I read this book. And if you're interested, highly recommend it. I think it's super helpful and it gives a really good insight into the philosophy. Alright, finally, the last little book, just a quick little one that I'm going to share with you guys. It's called The Little Book of Mindfulness. I purchased this at Urban Outfitters. I've had it for quite a while. It's got a bunch of little easy practices that take 5 to 10 minutes if you're ever, you know, like, it's got some meditations in here and just ways for you to be more mindful. I think with all of like technology's distractions nowadays, it's always really important to remind, you know, yourself to really be aware of what's going on around you and what you're doing each day. So I think this is a great, you know, little book to have and take with you places. I always find it, you know, really helpful, and it's super cute, super little, and you can buy it at Urban Outfitters. Okay guys, so those are basically all the books that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you are not already. Let me know in a comment below if you would like to see a part 2 eventually once I read some more books, because I'm definitely going to be reading more books. I have quite a few that I have and just haven't had time to start yet. So if you are interested in kind of like my favorite book type of videos, let me know in a comment or tweet me or something. But thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. It really does mean a lot to me. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!